Why you keeping all that energy bottled up inside? You gotta let it breathe. You gotta let it breathe. Talk about it. Get it off your chest. Don't move around with a screwed up face. Talk time we has it. You feeling stuck and need a change of pace. Talk time we has it. Family and friends are coming in. Talk time we has it. The joy is time.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Talk Time with Yazzy. We got my boo, you know who, do your thing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Lala. Use your tongue. Sorry, my voice sounded a little tonight. Go ahead.
Period. And we need to introduce our little cousin. She's in our picture in the other profile photo, and she be doing her thing. Pop your thing. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Justice, guys. Yeah, it's my name, and I'm happy to be
Word
here.
out.
You're happy to be here? It's gonna be one of those shows. It's gonna be one of those shows. Okay.
It definitely is. There's 3 different generations here, so let's just do that. Let's
Literally.
just leave it at that. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Like
Eyes on
countdown.
me. Eyes on me. No, I'm just kidding. God. So today's topic, we are going to be talking about generational parenting, what we're doing different from our parents. So that's why I said 3 different generations here. And boy, do we have some. Now, big shout out to my husband because I told him the topic and he had a nice little 1-2. Okay.
Yeah.
He said, easy. Rule number 1, be there. I was like, ooh, woo.
We can end the show right there. Like, if you were there, you would know.
Right.
Literally.
Next.
Right.
Right. That was deep enough. I was like, well, dang, that's a hard pill to swallow.
Solo.
Hey,
Solo. Go solo.
be there. Show up.
He's
Yeah.
not even here. He finished the podcast.
Pay a bill.
Not pay a bill. She going in deep.
Show up to a graduation.
Hey, say
Okay.
happy birthday.
Buy a
Right.
prom dress.
Know my birthday. I mean, you would think.
You would think.
You were there. You were there.
Okay.
You
So
know,
we
it's
decided
funny. I'm glad
documented
that we
on
can,
camera.
I'm glad we can like laugh about this and
Yeah.
joke because it's kind of needed because I would rather it not be so heavy. But it is an
Yeah.
extreme topic, right? It's something that happens every day. People are doing it every day. This is a generational thing that has happened, not just to Black people, not just to white people, with every
Yep.
kinds of family. Now, in some cultures that doesn't happen, whether you want to be there or not, you're going to be there. But in the American culture, it doesn't seem to be a factor. You either in or you out. It don't matter whether you want, you know what I mean? You get to make that choice, which is not always fair to the kid or the other parent that's taking care of it, because it's not just men. I mean, it's not just women. I mean, it's not just men that are deadbeats. There are
Right.
some women that are deadbeats as well.
Hello.
So, but
I'm a
anyway.
victim of both.
Oh.
But I guess I shouldn't say victim because I'm a survivor, okay?
Right.
I'm gonna make it, okay? No, let me stop.
New house. What's
Hey!
up? No. That's crazy.
Okay, studio time next or what? No.
Get in the booth.
You know what? I guess y'all want to start, and then I can kind of round it out, being the kind of the one with the kids in
Yeah.
that situation. So I don't know if Jasmine, sorry, Justice. I'm sorry, girl.
I
I'm sorry.
was got her mixing
Shout out
both
to
of
my
our
daughter
names.
because I talked to her this morning,
Right.
so I apologize.
She mixed both of our names.
We 3 different generations. I'm old, okay? Just deal with it. Just deal with it.
Please.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sorry. She know my daughter. They the same age, okay? So
Period. She gonna need a second. So
Justice,
let me just.
you know I love you.
Oh
We
my
not gonna
gosh,
do
this
this.
is
We
about to
not
be
too
an
much on my
episode.
top. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So I want to start it off with just looking back at how we were raised. So just like, I guess not really like going more in depth if you don't want to or whatever. But me personally, like I said, I don't have both of my parents. I mean, like they there, but
Are they?
they not there. They like rent a parent.
Adjacent.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, they like, hey, graduation, I want to pop out and show out. You did it. I'm like, well, who is this man? No, just kidding. Just kidding.
This woman.
Let me stop.
Those sound where it's like, wait a minute. Who are you?
They be up and jumping
Literally.
up with you. We did it.
Right, we're like, "He
Hey,
doesn't even go
hey,
here." Like, that's what it's giving for real.
he doesn't even
Who
go
invited
here.
this guy?
I'm telling you, and then it's like you gotta grow up with, like, a family that's like, "Nah, nah, just let him stay," and you're like, "I guess. Did anybody pat him down? Is he safe?" It's like a meet and greet at that point. Like, you know what I'm saying? I cannot even.
He's
I'm
crazy.
telling you. So that's just, like, really about me as far as, like, I did have, like, my siblings and stuff, and for that, it was, like, the ones that were there and then I could be there, it was good, you know? So I feel like I was lucky enough to have, like, siblings more to lean on, and then, I did have my grandma that raised me, and then, like, even with that, there was, like, some uncles in the mix, and even sometimes they didn't know what they was doing. So it's also, like, everybody's human, and it's their first time on earth, so you gotta be patient, but there's definitely a lot of things that I'm like it made me realize, like, okay, this is what I want to do and not do for my child or children in the future. So that's a little bit about me. Who
Well,
next?
what is that? What are some things that you would like to do?
Well, I thought we were just starting off with like introducing a little bit about
Oh,
ourselves
okay, go ahead.
because I'm like, I don't want to take up the whole so we
Go
can
ahead.
have our own little knowledge. Who would like to go next?
Justice.
Well, I feel like this topic is so sensitive because it has to do with, like, a whole generation. It's not just, like, me, it's, like, literally my whole generation is, like, mating and having kids and doing stuff that, like, adults do, and I feel like they're just not I don't know, it's, like, the whole generation is, like, nobody has, like, manners anymore, nobody has, like, any of those principles to even, like, be a dad or a mom. So it's like they're doomed from the start, and it's like my whole generation. So I just feel like everyone around me is like making bad decisions and like doing stuff that literally our parents did. So I'm like,
Mm,
am I the only one? Like I don't want to do that to my kids. So it just makes me question like the people around me, and I just be like, just like noting stuff because it's like those are things I don't want to do, and that's probably how my parents like started that, or like their parents or whatever. So it's just like the whole generation is like doing it right now, and they're not even parents yet, and
yeah.
they're making like, their paths are gonna lead there because 'cause they're doing stuff right now. So it's just like, this topic is so heavy,
This topic is trendy.
okay?
I think with me being the older generation, not being the parent that they couldn't sit us in front of a tablet and they couldn't do those things, right? So you could really tell if a parent was there or not. See, now kids are distracted because they on the devices. When we were younger, it was outside.
Yeah.
And go wait for your daddy outside, and you wait for your daddy outside, and he don't never show up, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have our phones or stuff like that to be distracted on. So I think
Yeah.
we pay more attention to our parents being present, right? So when he said that, be there, it's so strong because my daddy, I knew where he was at,
Right.
but he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
God blessed me with an amazing stepdad that, I mean, this is probably the first time I've ever called him my stepdad, where at 6 years old, he stepped right in.
Yeah.
He was amazing. He loved us even though we wasn't blood. He loved us like his own. And I always say that I was his daughter, his first daughter, until his other daughter was born. And that was years. He was with my mama for years before they had a kid together. Oh, God blessed me with a great, great dad. But my bio dad, sometimes I'd be like, man, I wish I didn't know who you were because it would hurt less if I didn't know where you were at and what you were doing. But now I
Yeah.
know you down the street with a chick that got 9 other kids. You know what I mean? So I vow with my kids, and I'll probably just wrap mine up because y'all know I got to get off here in a little bit. But with my kids, I'm there.
Yeah.
And if I'm not there, they know why I'm there. They like, oh, Dale, you don't need to know you a kid. No, mommy has to do this presentation, and mommy needs to go out of town for work, or mommy needs to do these things. So this is why I'm not there. But I have a tribe of people that are like minded and love you the same, and they will be there. They're gonna show up. So they're extensions of me. You know what I mean? So I think I've done it in that way where it's completely different. Where it's just like, or give the false hope of I'm gonna show up, and then you the kid at the assembly looking for your parent to show
Yeah.
up, and they don't ever show up. And I did like basketball and what else did I do? Like orchestra and all these things and plays and all this stuff, and he never show up. So that's one thing. Showing up is important. Being honest is something that I try to do with my kids. We were like, you being too honest. No, no, no. These are still people, right? They kids, yes, but they still people. So at some point, I don't have to lie to them about a lot of stuff. Now I don't have to give it to them raw,
Right.
but I can give them a little bit of it. Like this is what's going on. You don't need to know all my business because one of them, let's see, that 10-year-old can't hold water. But this is some of the stuff that's going on, right? So they know they in the loop. My parents never sat with me and were like, "Come on, we're gonna have a family meeting." That shit
Yeah.
it never
Right.
happened. So
Yeah.
now when all of this stuff is going on with my kids and us moving and all this stuff and me changing jobs and all of that, and sitting down with them and saying, "Okay, we're gonna have a family meeting. Whether you want to be here or not." Because my older one's like, "Oh, whatever." I need to know how y'all are feeling about this. How are you feeling about the move? How you feel about packing up all your things and not seeing it for 3 months? How are you feeling about, me changing the job? Look, how am I feeling about it? Checking in with them, telling them like, "Hey, if you see me stressed or in my room or, door closed, because I usually don't close my door, like give me a minute because I'm going through it too." So just
Yeah.
actually talking to them like they human. Now you ain't gotta know everything because 'cause you're a child. It's not
Right.
your job to stress, it's not your job to know everything. But to get them a little inkling of, "Hey, mommy's having a rough day," instead of taking it out on them, I'm communicating with them, right?
So would you say that's more like teaching them like emotional intelligence versus
Yes.
like the fear?
Yep.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, because my kids are real. They know when I'm not doing good, they'll ask me, "Are you okay? You don't look okay. Do you need a hug?" Like instead of just walking away,
Yeah.
like, "Well, I'm in a bad mood, and if I say something
But
to her, she may swing on me." Like I'm
right.
gonna leave her alone. They've
That's
learned that
real.
you can talk to me and it's okay. And if I'm in a bad mood, I'll say that, I'm struggling right now. I'm having a hard time. And they'd be like, "Oh, okay, well then that means to me, now my kids know because I communicate that you need space.
Right.
You need time." And they'll tell each other, "Don't, leave mom alone. She need a little bit."
She need a little space right now.
Right, right. And then I'll tell them, "Hey, give me a minute, and then later on we'll do this together. Or later on we'll go watch a movie. Or later on we'll go all walk around the block. Or y'all can ride your bikes." But it's to letting them know, like, I'm okay. I
I
need a
just need
minute,
some me time.
Right.
but I'm here for you guys. So
Right.
I didn't get that as a kid. My mama was a good mama. She raised us, she loved us, she worked hard. We had nice things, nice houses, nice clothes, nice all of those things. But it would have made a world of difference if my daddy was around.
Mm.
Simple as that. So being there and being accountable. And if I'm wrong, admitting that is okay, parents.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've learned, I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I didn't have to yell like that. I didn't have to say that." And I've been going
That's
back
how
to my
you
kids like, "You
break
know
them
what? I'm sorry.
generational cycles, okay?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have did that. Yeah, you a kid. Yes, you should stay in your place, but I should also learn how to communicate. And when I'm upset, I can communicate and not yell so much and scream so much because there's no one's listening. When I was getting yelled at, I wasn't listening. Ain't nobody listening to her.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I said, I'd be like Norman in my room.
Uh-uh. 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 He's like,
But now, if I bring it to my house, right? So now I'm listening. I listen to my kids. My kids know they have the floor sometimes, and there's times that they don't. Right now, I get that you're emotional, but right now is not the moment to do that. We can do that later. But teaching them that, like you said, emotional responsibility and just emotionally to be able to process things. When my kids are coming to me and like, "Mom, I saw that you was feeling this way, or you said this and you said this. Is it maybe because of this?" When my kids can come to me and process with me, we win it.
mm,
So, where I give them that window. Like I said, in my generation, it was shut up, be seen, and shut your mouth.
okay. And that's
So,
learning the right way to discipline and not
no, but I think that's
punish.
what our parents knew, right? Kids are
Right.
to be seen, not heard.
Yeah.
Right.
And I still have a little bit in me sometimes. That's why I've learned to scale back and I've learned to apologize and I've learned to realize that
Yeah.
they have emotions too,
Yeah.
so that's what I do differently for mine is that communicating with mine, checking in with their emotions and being there are things that I do that wasn't done so much for me. I mean, my mom was there. I don't want her to hear this and think that she was there. My daddy Ernest was there. Now he had his moments where he wasn't, but my mama was there, and my daddy wasn't there at all. So he always be like, "I'm so proud of you. You did it. This art genes." No, nope. You can't have this. You can't have this glory. This is Ernest Spencer's glory. Sorry. Sorry. So
I know that's right.
all right, yeah, I took up a lot of the time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, y'all had to cough real quick.
Are you
I
okay?
got the allergies.
Okay. I'm like, let me drink some water. Water
I'm
break.
next.
Hold on.
I got the allergies. Who's next?
My water bottle
Very
decorated by
cute.
me. It's missing a lot of stickers now, though. But anyways, nonetheless. Okay, to go next, I guess I can go again since we all kind of like. Or Justice, you can say more.
I could say more.
Go ahead. What would you like to say after what Law said?
I feel like My mom was there, obviously, my mom was there a lot.
Bless you.
My mom was definitely there. It was just like, yeah, I agree with, like, the knowing where they are, and then you're kinda just like, "Why?" 'Cause, like, when I was growing up, my mom was there, my dad was just off, like, taking care of other kids, like, just not even caring. Like, he
Yeah.
wasn't even a bad person, he genuinely just, like, didn't care. So it's just like, I don't understand where this is coming from. And then not everyone, my mom everyone goes through life happens, but I feel like your kids are gonna, like, look up to you and copy you no matter what you do. So if you're, like, doing something bad in front of them, they're gonna grow up and they're gonna realize, "Oh, that's okay," and then they're gonna get in a situation that puts them in parish because they are learning from you. There's, like, these people and this girl, she was, like, in an abusive relationship, and obviously the mom and the dad are constantly, like, fighting, like, physically, and I was watching kids, and the other kids were over, and they kinda just, like, started, like, snatching stuff and, like, doing, like, little acts of aggression. I'm like, they're learning from their parents that are hitting each other constantly all day. So it's just like, no matter what you do, your kid's gonna copy you. If you're like, "Oh, I want better for my child, I wanna be better," they're already picking up on the stuff that you didn't even realize you were doing. That's why I feel like I struggle is because I picked up a bunch of stuff, obviously from my parents, and now I'm trying to learn to get away from that my body does without me even realizing it. Like, I'll do something, I'll be like, "You know what? That was messed up. Let me start over." And I'm grateful to have a partner that's patient with me because I am crazy, but I'm learning. So I be trying to, like, just catch the little things that you don't realize you're doing because 'cause I'm a child of the crazy stuff. So it's like, "Am I crazy?" And then I
Crazy
have to, like,
stuff.
evaluate myself every day and be like, "Okay,
Yeah.
was that okay? Let me make sure I'm not just because like, you could be mean and abusive on like, without you realizing it. 'Cause
Yes.
Yeah.
you're not in that
Yeah.
space yet to realize it. Yeah, so it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Dang. I mean,
Well, I'm
that's so
glad that you're
good
holding
to
yourself accountable, and
Yeah.
you paying attention to it because that's gonna make you a great mom because you are
Right,
paying attention to those things and you are catching yourself and backtracking and saying, "I apologize. I shouldn't have acted that way. I shouldn't have did that."
exactly.
Like, and I'm glad that you have a supportive partner because some people be like, "You crazy," and that's
Right.
it.
I
Like,
know.
you don't know I just got
Right.
this trauma,
Yeah. You're like, "You don't know what
so
I've been
you know
through."
what?
You don't
Yep.
know how it is. Yeah.
Where did the accent come from?
Amy, Amy is
I'm like I was like, "Who is that?"
like, "Oh,
Oh,
okay."
that. That.
but
I'm
yes,
weak.
yes. I'm proud of you for taking accountability and trying to move better through life.
I agree because I was like listening to what you're saying. I was like, that was me talking a lot when we first started talking. I'm like, that was like a lot of it too because that was when I was like dating Anthony, and I was like, dang, maybe I am the problem. Like, I'm
Right.
like, you gotta look at yourself and be like, I did grow around some toxic people because when you're around those toxic people, you're like, not to be like, oh, I'm better than you, but you do be like, I'm better than you. Like, you doing wild and stuff that it's like, this is good and this is bad. Like,
Right, right.
there's a line right here, and I know at least I'm not doing that, you know? And it's not even to be like, oh, I'm better or to be like higher or whatever, but it's like you learn in this family what's right and what's wrong. So it's like, even with that, who's right and what's right and what's wrong, then you go, you take that into the real world and you're like, I know what's right and what's wrong. And then people are like, you went through those life events? Like,
Right.
it's like,
And
They be
didn't
like,
change.
"Girl."
yeah, they be looking at you like it's not just who's right and what's wrong; it's who should be locked up or who should be gone.
Hey, we
You
like,
And you're
know?
still here? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely like dang. And so and it's like crazy because when that hits you and you're like, whoa, it's like good thing you have like supportive people because a lot of people don't and they go crazy. Like we don't know if that's what made our parents be like, all right, well now I just want attention and companionship because now I'm realizing this trauma and all this other stuff. And instead of getting the help that they needed, they was lied up in the bed or doing other things, you know what I'm saying? And so even now it's like, I'm like, I choose to not really have those relationships with those people or whatever. But I wish them the best and all of that. But it's just more like I know my truth and it's like if you're still giving the same energy and the same actions that you gave when I was a child, it's like, what's the point of even trying to rekindle or whatever? Because it's like, I feel like I'm just rewarding bad behavior. And that sounds so much like a parent and what they be saying, like, you're rewarding bad behavior. But it's like, it is. And everyone, especially in this family, they be like, well, just go ahead and just let them back in your life. And it's like,
You're gonna regret it when in their last days, and you're like, "Yeah, but that could potentially put at risk the new me, like, the growth me.
right,
I'm not trying to put myself at risk because they need something or I don't need something, and people
right.
telling me, 'Oh, you need this.' I don't think I do, I don't think I do."
Not I don't think I do. It's like, I mean, I get that, yeah, and it's kinda hard because especially with everything, and so I just be trying to be respectful, and I'd be like, "Okay," and that's what I was like, even talking about today was just more like realizing that I'm like, "Dang, this is an important topic to talk about," because I realize I'm like, we normally are supposed to have, like, a set of parents and 2 sets of, like, grandparents, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, in our family, and then even in just my side alone, I'm like, I only really had one set of grandparents, I guess you could call that, but then it's like my grandma had to act like my mom. So my mom was trying to act like a friend. So it was like the tree is all just like discombobulated already. So it's like it's really weird. And then even with just like our cousin dynamic, it's like we'd be like, we actually third cousins or whatever, but it's like we not even that far in age. Like it'd be so wild, and then it's like you think it's like crazy, but then you meet other, and it's actually a cultural thing. That's the wild thing because you meet other black people too, and they'll be like, yeah, this is actually my brother, but he my uncle, and we got the same birthday too. And I'm like, bro, same. You know what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that, and then when you meet, like, people who are supposed to have, like, traditional functional families, and they're looking at you like, "I'm confused." I'm like, "It's pretty simple. I don't."
Right,
Right.
we don't understand why
Or
you're
those, like
confused.
Right.
those, like they'll
That's
say
how I
it's
be
your
with my
your
kids.
cousin,
They be like yeah, go
and
ahead.
it's like a family friend, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, that's our cousin," and you're like, "No, that you're not even related."
Like, that
No.
don't matter. If that's your
She's
mama best
like,
friend if that's your mama best friend for years, them your cousin.
"Okay."
Yeah.
Okay.
Period.
But it's like, literally, my mom would be like, "Oh, like, call, like, everyone that's, like, your, like, siblings, Yasmina." They would be like, "Oh, the ones that are older than you, call them uncle. The ones that are younger than you, just call them cousin." I'm like, "So what
Yeah.
are they?"
You're like, "I confused."
And then I'm like, "How does this even where's her mom?" In my head, I'm like, "Where's her mom?
Hello.
Where's
What
her
is it?
mom?"
It
You're
still
like,
I'm
don't
like,
matter
"Hey."
because
"Even
they still
that,
half people still don't know who my mama is.
it's just
Or
Yeah, they'd be like,
crazy,
"Wait, what?"
you're
bro.
whose daughter? I'm like,
It's just crazy."
I'm your cousin.
I didn't know that until, like, a few years ago.
Yeah. Or that's your brother? That's
I
your
was like "No wonder I like you both." You know? But it is crazy because I feel like that's why there used to be, like, more of, like, family, like, reunions and stuff like that, and it's, like, sad because that's obviously, like, more traditions that we're, like, a lot of people don't really do anymore, but then it's also, like, hard when it's, like, the family is already, like, already divided, and then there's even
Right.
more division because there's, like, more things and trauma that happen that doesn't get discussed, and then it's brought up later on when people are older. So it's just like so sad because then it's like you can literally see like it breaking up and you're like, oh well. Then you'd be like,
Literally.
well, I can't blame you.
Yeah.
Like you know? And so then it's like, and then every time you try to start something good and it's like with the people that you do be locked in with, it's like I don't know if it's like somebody turns into like I forget what animal it is. It's like a sea animal, but it's like if there's not a male, then or it's like if there's not a female, or something like that, it turns into the opposite sex, and then like there's a
Are those
one.
like seahorses and frogs or something like that?
It's like something like that. I don't know if it's like they turn into females or they turn into males, but either way, I feel like that's how it is. Like if it's a good vibe, and we can all be together, and it'll be like a solid group of us that we've been locked in.
Right.
Then it's like one person, like, I don't know, get bit by a zombie or something, and they be like,
Right.
like, and you're like, "Bro, why you bugging?" And they're
Yeah.
like, "Why did you do that?" And it's like, "Are you all like, what?" And then they be like, "Nah, because they looked at
Can't
me
pretend
wrong,
anymore.
and 3 seasons ago, they didn't say, Happy New Year's to me."
Like, girl, we are on episode 10. I'm in
Right.
season 10, not not
Okay.
season 3. We need to move forward.
You need to let it go.
Squash
Yeah.
that beef. Squash that beef now.
Literally. Because some stuff don't be that deep. It's like you could really just be enjoying this, and because there's like, it's really sad because black people could really, really come up. Like, I'm talking about, like, they're so beautiful, like the relations, the connections you can have, but then people be like drama, like I'm like, and I
Well,
can see it in my
that I
family
mean,
alone.
that goes back to I hate to say it, but that goes back to slavery. That goes back to
Hey,
generational stuff. That goes back to the I hate to say monkeys, but that's the game, the monkeys in the barrel where they're pulling each other down. That's how we were
stop,
trained.
Justin.
Sorry, that's the game. That's what the game is called. But that's the real thing.
Exactly
Or
what game you
crabs in the
talking about.
barrel. There's two of them. There's crabs and monkeys, but that's what it is. Like
Yeah,
we have been trained, and even when you can sit back, I know you didn't thought, and you ain't got to admit it, but I know you didn't heard somebody older than you go, she ain't all that because she got that. They ain't all that. We better than that. We got like
yeah.
instead of being happy and oh, I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they got this. It's a crab in the barrel mentality that was put in us by the slave owners to keep us from coming together.
Yeah.
Mm.
Period. Right? Like that shows up, and it shows up all the time. That's why we can't get it together in this world. And they're like, "Oh, that would no, this is systemic racism." It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Systemic for sure. It's like they put us all in like one it's like the black people and just any other race, predominantly white people, it's like they're
mhm.
two different like civilizations. So like
Yeah.
of course one civilization is gonna have crime, it's gonna have things that don't work, it's gonna have arguments, gonna have whatever. They're so different and they're so separate. It's like two different planets with like people
Yeah.
on it. So it's like we're forced, not necessarily forced, but like we are doing stuff with our own people and that's gonna create, one black person get up and the other person is still down. They're gonna be like, nah, I want what you got. And we're gonna turn on each
Yeah.
other because that's the environment we were put in to just turn on
Well,
each
it's
other.
also because, like, when you do go to companies, they do compare you. Like, you don't see them comparing other races. They'll be like, "Why don't you act more like this person?" Well, like, if there's two black people in the office, it's automatically like they want you to be like, who's better, or like instead of it
Right,
just being like, you know what I'm saying, like it doesn't give off the energy of like, oh hey, like, and I've worked at places like that where I'm naturally just the person that's like, hey, I'm rooting for you, sister, I'm rooting for
right,
you, brother, but you'll come across the ones that's like, I'm gonna be the one that's lasting here longer. Like, what?
right,
You should
But you
want
know
more
what?
color.
Bringing that back to families, parents, stop doing that to your children.
Yeah.
Stop pitting them against each other. Well, you should have grades like such and such. I stopped doing that a long time ago. You should be because
Mm,
everybody brain functions differently. Everybody learns differently. Stop putting your kids against each other. You should keep your room clean like such and such. And you should be doing this like so.
mm,
Why can't you be more like
mm,
your sister? Why can't you be more like your brother? Because they not them.
yeah.
And they ain't gonna never be them.
I didn't even think about that. It could start from that for real.
Yeah. It starts at
Wow.
the root.
From the rooter to the tutor.
Yeah, even with family, I get it a lot. Lord, I get it a lot, and I know I get it. She thinks she better than us. She thinks she. It's like, what are you talking? Like, I am here. If anybody knows me, I'm gonna sit down with anybody in my family. Like, what's going on with you? What do you need? You hungry? Come in these cabins and take whatever you want. You need some clothes. People leave here with bags of clothes constantly. Whatever you
Hello.
need, I got you. I'm not that cousin she better than you guys are peasants. Like, but that's how sometimes I feel like people treat me like that, and I don't, and that's not me. So then I know they don't know me.
Yeah.
Don't know me. That's what you think, or and so it's like that too. Come get to know me. Well, I may not want to know you, so slow down. But
Lord God, okay.
really get to, and that's another thing. Just because they related to them, you don't mean you know them, right? Just because you related to them, don't mean you know them for real. Get to know people.
right.
And Imma say this, and I gotta get off here. Y'all can continue the conversation. I have, to go to a meeting that I'm supposed to be headlining and, like, should have been doing it 10 minutes ago. But look, if there are people in your family that's been hurt by family members, say something. Say something. Let them know. Let people know around them. Let the kids know. Let parents know. I didn't know that my family member was hurt. An older family member was hurt by my favorite person, right? So that makes me look at them differently. And I should though. I should have. I should have been put on a swivel. to pay attention to those things. So if you know something, say something that can help somebody else, especially little kids. Protect them, please. That's our job. So I'm done because I'm gonna get emotional. But protect our babies.
Big and small.
Yeah,
Okay.
big and small. Protect our babies.
Yes.
But go
Well,
ahead. I ain't
annoying
mean
or
to
not.
damper the mood, but
You didn't damper the Nah, you did that drop the mic before you left and you hit us with it. Hello. Well, as always, appreciate you being on.
I
Yes,
love you
love
guys. And
you.
I will see this on Talk Time with Yazzy. Uh,
Hey.
today. I love you guys.
Love
I'll
you.
talk to you soon. I gotta go to work. Bye. Continue. Make it good. Take my
Hey.
place, Justice. Handle it.
um, yes, but with all of that being said, though, even just including what La was saying, because I know like it doesn't need to be. Oh, I'm gonna cry.
No, what happened?
It was only recording our audio. Well, either way, even what La was saying and everything, I just wanted to add breaking, like, the generational cycles. Most importantly, I know, like Anthony was saying, be there. Of course, that's important.
Headliner.
And making sure, like, I thought it was important. Like, I was like, I didn't even think about, like, even comparing the kids. I'm like, okay, that's something else that I'm like, okay, I want to make sure I don't do because that is something a lot, especially when you have like a big family. They'd be like, compare you to your cousins. They compare you to, like, it's like there's no need for it to be a competition, but they'd be like, look, they on the honor roll. What you doing? And it's like, what you doing? You
Right?
sitting on this couch. It's like you sitting on this couch doom strolling just like me.
Take me the beer.
Right. You expect me to do something. You asking me to get up and hand you a drink.
Okay,
You
what
can't
have
even do
you been
that.
doing
I
all
bet.
these years?
Right. I bet your brother could get up and get his own drink.
Right. You've been alive for how long?
Literally.
I'm
So,
7? No. No.
stop. So that's why I'm just like, honestly, it's crazy to really even think about as far as like relaying that and how it comes full circle because you don't even think about that. And when she said it, I was like, bruh, I'm like, that is so smart.
I was
And
like,
then,
"Ooh."
right, I was like, ooh. And then even like, I did not, like, wanna have it where my kid is, like, talking and I'm, like, "Stay in a child's place," like, that was something that I was like, I wanna make sure I don't include either because, shoot, sometimes it be like that, like, sometimes it do be easy to just be like, "Okay, go over there, like, you're doing too much right now, I'm trying to figure this out." But it's like, the older they get, they can understand more things, and you don't want them to have that, like, mentality towards you or even be like, "Okay, I can't even talk to my mom because clearly she gets overstimulated by the smallest things," or, like, whatever, you know what I mean? And, like, it becomes a thing where it's like dang, I don't even wanna come to her for my issues or my problems because she always, like, snaps out and pops off on me.
Right.
So, it's like you gotta learn how to parent while also healing your inner child,
Literally. That's so
and
hard.
that's why I'm trying to work on my inner child right now.
Right. It's also like I'm literally having to learn how to become an adult while still trying to become a child, like heal myself. So it's like
Yeah,
really multitasking. I feel like it was so common sometimes is because we get so involved with our like parents like problems and feelings because we're like, why is she talking to me that way? Why is she doing this? Why is she doing A, B, C, and D? I feel like sometimes I forget to listen to myself and
right,
focus on myself. And I'm like, what am I feeling? What am I doing? And I feel a little bit numb sometimes because when things happen, I'm just like, well, you know what? Forget it. Forget everything. Whatever. I'm just going to stop because I feel like I'm making it worse. But I'm really not. I'm just explaining myself, and the other person is making it worse. So it's like hard to listen to yourself because you're not used to being listened to, I guess.
right,
It's like, what am I feeling? How do I connect with myself so that I can handle situations like having to become an adult and healing my inner child and having good communication? I can't even communicate with myself. How am I supposed to communicate with a 2-year-old? So it's like there's so many steps to the end result. You're like, because it's like, dang, this is a lot of healing I have to do, and it could have been fixed by a couple conversations, but
you're telling me.
okay, yeah,
You're telling me. I feel like and that's the crazy thing because it's like, they could really just be like, "You know what? Let me suffer through this conversation because this is what needs to happen, and I need to be able to hear this or, like, allow them to say this off their chest." And you don't even know what your relationship could bloom into with that person. But when you keep being like, "Nah, nah, this is getting too real. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on." Then
Right, you
it's
try to
like,
run away.
"Dang." Right. And then it's make me on 10 because you got me reliving like these emotions every time. And I'm like, let's just let it out and we can let it be that. And then we could bloom into something even better. Like you don't even know.
Right,
And I think that's like one of my biggest issues with my parents and not even really my mom because with her it's like I can say what I like how I feel and what I mean. And she's more like I couldn't take care of y'all and I'm sorry. Like, it's more like we could have those conversations and it's more like she was going through what she was going through and she's like, I was young and da da da. Like,
right,
you know what I'm saying? But if I was trying to talk to my dad about it, he's like, I did the best I could do. What'd you want me to do? Like, and it's like, okay, instead of you just being like, I was young and like I'm blah blah blah, right? Which we had a conversation like that literally like maybe a few months ago. And that's the crazy thing about it. It's like I'm 26 now. And that's after like all these years you could have been like building something and then even the conversation wasn't really like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and like,
no
"This is my
accountability.
reasoning." Right. "I'm sorry, this is my reasoning. This is what happened. This is what I was doing. This is what I was actually doing. This is da da da." Because it's like when you're getting gaslighted your whole life, you're like, "Bruh, like, why are you still
Right.
saying the same thing? Like, at least come up with something better, or
Right,
at
come up
least tell."
do something new.
Right. And
So
so
maybe
I'm like
try.
right, right. I'm like, at least put a little effort. Like, I'm
Right,
like,
did you think about this?
hello. So I'm like, yeah. So I just be like, all right, hey, it is what it is because clearly it made me the person I am today. All the things I go
Okay,
through,
a
and
beast.
it's especially once you learn how to heal and like start to heal your inner child. It's like, oh my goodness, like, dang, I'm awesome. Like,
Right, you start to fall
it's
in love with
they
yourself.
lost,
Right.
right?
As
And there's a reason.
little kids should like themselves, like, they should be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to do this, I can't wait to do this," like,
Right.
I feel like that's where the problem comes in. I feel
Be
like
able to express themselves.
yeah, so when you start getting, like, turned away and a person starts, like, depreciating you, you start to think that's normal, so then you either depreciate yourself or you depreciate others, and it's like, that's not right.
Right.
That ain't right.
Uh-uh.
That ain't
But, I mean, I guess the best thing to, like, sum it up with is the last thing before I do, like, the challenge of the week and stuff, is just, like, do you have any recaps on, like, how you're feeling and, like, what you're keeping versus what you're letting go as far as, like, when you're start to raise your kids, start to have kids?
I feel like parenting is, like, so difficult. I feel like it's really difficult because I've never been a mom, so I'm in no place to, like, say how it is, but from
Yeah.
what I saw, I know it's hard. But I feel like at the end of the day, that's my creation, like, that came from me. That basically is me. So it's
Yeah.
like, how would I treat myself? I would treat myself with communication, I would communicate, I would respect them. I feel like a thing with, like, children and, like, the old generation is like, "Oh, you have to give respect to get respect." Yeah, you're
Yeah.
supposed to be nice to kids. We're supposed to be nice to them, and we're supposed to be loving, and then they'll give that back. I know it's like people are like, "Don't talk back to your elders," or whatever. Well, if my elders are depreciating me and they're being mean to me, I'm not
Right.
gonna sit there and be okay with that. So
Right.
it's just like, I feel like I would never hurt or harm anything that is basically me, that comes from me. I would never talk to my kids sideways. I feel like if it's not needed, like at the end of the day, I want to protect my kid. I can't protect my kid if I'm lashing out and I don't even know how I'm feeling. So I'm just like, you know what, go somewhere, do this. I can't do that. That's my kid. I'm in charge of that. That's my responsibility. So I feel like I couldn't really see myself being mean or like anything towards my children because I love and appreciate them so much. I chose to bring them into this world. It's my job to keep it up, you know?
Hmm. Dang, that's beautiful. I know that's right. You're
Thank
like,
you.
and I did that, and I did that. I agree with you because even though like we're both not technically parents and stuff, it's like we have animals, and I know people always be like, that's not the same, which yes, okay, that's not the same, but we also are like have been or you currently are a nanny. So it's
Right.
like you interact with children on the daily, so it's like And then even being young and having to watch kids while you were young, it's like you still get those emotions and those things because even like the kids that I was babysitting for those like months or whatever, almost a year, or whatever, I was like going to see their like school performances and all that stuff. Like it was emotional and it was like, dang, like, so and plus they don't really have to be like from you to be like a mother. Like if you
Right.
no, there's some kids that you didn't pretty much have to help raise and all that stuff. It takes a village. So not saying that it's as close as being their parent, but obviously, that is why you learn to be like, okay, well, these are things that I want to work on and like not do because I have friends that have children and stuff and they'll ask me like, what do you think? Because again, like you could think one way and somebody could see it a different way. And it's like, I guess it's just like really important to like know who you have in your village and like what you want your kid to not even just become, but I guess be exposed to. Because again, that's where all that trauma comes. And like for me, that's why I'm really wanting to like let that go. Is just like letting go a lot of like anger, trauma, all the stress and stuff. Because even just being in a place with just me and my husband right now, in a different state, I'm like, it is quiet, it's peaceful. I look out the window, I'm like, whoa, like I feel like I'm in a Hallmark movie every day, you know? Like I'm like the trees, there was a little
God,
raindrops
when you
on
sent
them
me that picture, I
today.
was like,
Literally, I was
"Oh
just like,
my
you know, and so it's just so beautiful to just be like, wow, this is real life, and obviously I'm about to like be working and stuff and life is gonna be life and like, stress will come. But I think like learning to have that real work life balance is important, 'cause especially if it's like you got work life balance and then you throw children on top of that. It's like I can see where like stress comes into place because people already get stressed out from just working life. And
God."
then
Right.
now you gotta
Work
raise a
someone else's
child and
life.
it's like, whoa. So I do understand where it become those things where it's like people snap, especially if they didn't work on their inner child who was never heard, who grew up being beat to shut up or don't talk unless talking to, or like, those type of things that you grow up hearing. So it's like those are just sayings that I don't want to like be saying for my kids, which is funny. And you see that on like TikTok and stuff where it's like, yeah, put a finger down if your parents ever said, "Do I look like Boo Boo the Food?" Put a finger
Right.
down. Like, and it's like it's funny and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, yeah.
I'm
Like we
not one
didn't
of your
all
little
grow up to
friends.
hey, literally, and it's like we didn't grow up all together, but the fact that it's trending and the fact that it's like we can all be like, well, yeah, my mom said that too, or like they be
Right.
like, when the street lights come on, then you
Come
need to be
inside.
inside,
Right.
exactly, or they be
Right.
like, well, if we go up in here, you better not, like, you know what I'm saying? So
You better finish
it's
that
like,
plate.
right. So there's always something, and so it's like it's a beautiful thing that we all have that connection, but it's also sad because
Yeah. It's like,
it's
that's
like
not right. We're
it's like, right,
parents.
you don't see and they be like, "Oh, it's a
Right.
cultural thing," and it is part of our culture, and it is like, that is the thing, but it's still like you look at other races and you're like their stuff be like more like, "Yeah, we go hunting, like family hunting trips, or we do," and
Yeah.
you're like, "We
It's just
have family
crazy.
bonding trauma talks."
Right. We had a house
We
meeting.
get to
Everyone got whooped.
literally put a figure down if you went to all you can eat buffet for every celebration.
Went on a cruise this month. Like,
Literally.
no, no,
Literally, you'll come back from school, they'll be like, "We went to Disneyland." You're like,
Charlie. I'm like, why
"I
was
went
he
to
at
my
school?
grandma's house."
Right. I went home.
Literally. You're like, "I had to babysit," but go off. My mom went out.
Right. Did you see her while you were out? Like,
Literally.
it's so crazy because, like, telling our moms telling us collectively as a race that they are not our friend is crazy to me. Cause
Yeah.
friends are literally allies, and they're like, "Girl, I'm not your friend. Don't expect me to be nice." And it's like,
I'm not your little friend.
right. Who
And
are
it's
you?
like, you could just be like, "I'm your mom, I need to set a boundary." That could be well,
Can
do
you
I
listen?
look like
Right.
one of your little friends?
I was
No.
I don't think you want me to describe what you look like right now. I don't think
See?
you want me to do it.
Oh, Lord.
Let me
But with that being said, I want to say the challenge of the week. But before I do, I want to thank you for coming on here, Bookie.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
so
so
excited.
sorry I realized that it wasn't recording our video because we all looked fabulous.
We did.
Okay, we looked really good.
We
So
did.
next time, definitely a video.
Right.
Hello. Hey. Our audios are still giving. We're still
Okay.
baddies.
Hello.
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I'm gonna love to have you come back. And then with that, the challenge of the week is reflect on one thing your parents did well and one thing they're choosing to do differently. Write it down. Awareness is the first step to generational growth.
That was so good.
Period.
That was so
Was
good.
it
Yes, that was so tea. Yes, yes.
okay? Well, with that being said, bye y'all. We love you.